All right, we are live. And BizHawk is not, apparently. Anyway, today we'll be doing Pokemon Sapphire with Chimeco. Earlier on Monday, we played through the game with Xatu. And Xatu did all right. It did pretty decent, but if we take a look at the leaderboard, if you want to see how this truly went, it got roughly 9th place out of the 15 that are actually ranked. The main thing that really held this back, honestly, it was honestly just the lack of, like, confusion or Psybeam or Psychic. It has to get Psychic by TM. There's no confusion. There's no Psybeam. Just straight up Psychic. But there is a, what do you call it? Chimeco does actually learn confusion at 14. Hi, Shaman. I can see why Sapphire's better than Emerald. There's no Scott or Devin present forcing you to call him. I will admit it. That is one reason. But no, I mean, Sapphire and Emerald are still pretty, like, equal to each other, but Sapphire in general is the quicker game to play. The one thing that really kind of, like, puts me off with Emerald is so much bloat. Like, I do not like having to fight two villainous teams when they all have the same Pokemon, and it takes up, like, a third of your gameplay. Like, it's just, I know some people liked that, but I'm just not one of them. Now, I'm not saying it from terms of, like, a speedrun perspective. I had this opinion even before. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were the only Hoenn games I ever liked. But if you may be asking, then why are you playing these? I still like all the Pokemon games. The question is there's some I don't like as much as others. Except Let's Go. That game sucks. But yeah, this, I think this run should be pretty good, though. We are going to have to start with Wrap. I hope y'all had time to look over the moveset and stuff, because, yeah, it's right there. We only start with Wrap, but we do get Confusion at level 14. But getting there is going to be kind of a pain. Excuse me. And, also for our nature and ability, our only ability is Levitate, so we're immune to ground moves, which is great. Our nature is going to be Modest for extra special attack minus attack. Honestly, it may not have been the right nature. Maybe plus special attack minus special defense, so the rash nature might be better. Because we do have to use physical moves early on, but Wrap is weak anyway. I don't think the nature is really going to affect it that much. And our hidden power typing is going to be Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire is a really good move for Steven Stone. Plus, it could help with Winona Skarmory, because that thing is annoying as heck. Anyway, there's not really much else to talk about. So why don't we get started? If you're wondering what that 101 is, I timed the run from New Game to beating the Poochyena to saving the game, because in Sapphire, I still cannot preset my starter just yet, like at the start of the run. I still can't do that just yet. So, this is the best thing I can do. I can do it in Emerald, because Scott made a special patch, but Sapphire, not yet. I'm hoping he makes a patch for it, but I'm not expecting it anytime soon. He's got other things to do, I'm sure. Can't you learn Heal Bell? If you rewind to the starting soon screen, you should see the level up in the TM set. If you don't see the move on there, then the answer is probably no, but just for this one time, I do want to bring up the move set in another tab anyway. Yeah, we get it at 38, but yeah, Confusion at 14. You can hit it with Thunderbolt. That is true, but the problem is, we can't learn Thunderbolt. We can learn Shockwave, though. But Hidden Power Fire is straight up better than Shockwave, but I'll still get Shockwave. I'm just saying, that was an example, but Hidden Power Fire is still good for Steven. Okay, let's get started. Let me read the first few sections of the notes. Let's see. 65 speed is an awkward speed tier where you don't want to lower your speed, but do not want to have excess speed. Alright, so for the Rock Sand Split, we gotta fight everybody to get Confusion. Grab the Quick Claw. We're gonna need to Blackout Grind on Watson. Brawly is free. Watson, grab a Harbor Mail. Okay, I did read ahead in the notes just a little bit. Watson is gonna be bad. Xatu surprisingly wasn't that bad because it got Nightshade. But I'm gonna have to spam Confusion on him. Here's the thing, we're gonna need to fight everybody. And normally, we would want to get Psychic, but here's the thing though. Chimeco does not learn Thief, and since in Sapphire version, there's not as many trainers as there are in Emerald version, we're straight up not getting $70,000. It's literally impossible. The only way to get the $70,000 before Watson is having Thief to steal nuggets. and we can't learn Thief, so we essentially have to do an Aerodactyl strat where we just got to keep throwing ourselves at Watson until we win. But if we can knock out his Voltorb and Magnemite consistently, then I might just make it the Chansey grind instead of the Aerodactyl grind. Chimeco is like an anorexic Gardevoir. That is an odd description, but I guess. Snatch is useless. Yeah. Doesn't Snatch, like, steal the opponent's, like... I don't know what it does. Okay, yeah, so that's as far as I'll read for a bit. Okay, let's get started. Fierce Theater. The reason James' Chimeco got sick in the anime and disappeared forever is because it was... Okay, that... Okay, maybe, you... A little dark. I've actually never seen that episode either. Okay, let's get started. And... Go. Yeah, a little dark, but no more anorexia jokes, please. Did I just seriously miss so many raps? Oh my god. Does Rap have the accuracy of Thunder or something? I know it's like 85%. I'm gonna try and get like level 6 before I even dare fight the rival. Snatch steals the stat boosting. Oh, like for that one turn? Or is it kind of like Psych Up? I don't think it's like Psych Up, but like, so if you predict the opponent is going to use Swords Dance, you can use Snatch to steal it. That's just a worse version of Psych Up. I actually got some use out of Psych Up. There's going to be a video for Daily December that will actually utilize Psych Up in Heart Gold, because Gen 4 has a Psych Up TM. Gen 2 technically has a Psych Up TM, but the problem is it's unobtainable. In Gold, Silver, and Crystal, the only way to get the Psych Up TM... Wait a minute. Oh. The only way to get the Psych Up TM in Gen 2 is to trade an Abra from Gen 1. I'm not kidding, that is legitimately the only way. In Gen 3, there is a Psych Up tutor in the Battlefront here, I think. Or maybe there isn't, I don't know. I'm gonna try using a Growl. Okay, just one Growl should do. By the way, Speed, I'm starting my second job. I might get a Switch too. Nice. But how long do we need to wait for another move? Level 9. Alright, so at level 9, we'll get Astonish. Still a bad move, but better than Rap, at least for the non-normal types. Oh, I don't know if you guys know, but the GameStop Shiny Koraidon Miraidon code card distribution is out. But from what I've heard, each store is only getting a small supply of code cards. It's limited to one per person, but that still hasn't... Like, people are now scalping code cards now. They're literally free. And people are selling them online for 40 bucks, and people are actually buying them. Okay, things have gone too far. Like, I remember back then, you would go to, like, Target or Walmart for, like, a code card for a legendary. But I feel like nowadays, with how bad the problem is, I think Game Freak should just stick to Mystery Gift. Or Raids or something. Like, just stick to Mystery Gift. Yeah, the gym leaders have, it's not really fewer Pokemon. Some of them, that's true. Uh-oh. Some of them have less Pokemon, but some of them are the same. Most of the teams are easier. I'd say the one exception is Norman. Because in Sapphire, he has 2 slacking instead of 1. I usually think Norman is harder in Sapphire, but other than that, yeah, the rest of them are easier. I mean, Brawly is just the same. Because even though Brawly in this game doesn't have a Metatite, in Emerald version, Brawly's Metatite only has Focus Punch. Literally the only thing it can really do is probably use Reflect, and that's about it. It can't even attack you. It's just bad. I actually did get the shiny Tornadus. Then again, they had a lot of codes. But here's my question. I don't know if the whole, like, each store only gets 50 codes, that's it thing is true. Like, I don't know where people are getting that from. I don't think that's true at all. Maybe that's, like, for the first week or something, because the event is supposed to go on until October 15th. 50 codes per store is not going to last. Am I going to get a blackout? Yep. Okay, yeah, just take the blackout. I still got plenty of XP. Although losing half my money is annoying. It's a good thing I didn't need Psychic before Watson, because if I did, I probably would have started the whole run over that. I don't play the TCG, I just... Oh, no. It's a code card for the shiny Miraidon Koraidon for your Scarlet and Violet game. Not the TCG, but like the actual video game. If you pick May, you get nice dialogue from Brendan. I actually did know that. That is also true in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't know if it's true in... Actually, it is true in Platinum. I saw a video from Worcester about it. It's like a couple of text boxes, but... It is true, because Game Freak back then dove into the stereotype that women talk too much. And that's why they always had the female rival talk way more. I mean, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, if you play as Ethan and the rival is Lyra, when she tries to do the catching tutorial, she'll pretend to do a battle and then does it for real. But Ethan just gets straight to the battle. Like, Ethan doesn't try to put off a show. Where, like, they, like, jump in place and, like, nothing happens. Chimeco is as bad as Unknown. I wouldn't say that. Like, I've played Chimeco in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and despite its slow start, it did really good. Just wait till this thing gets moves. But then again, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, it really didn't have to deal with steel types or dark types. This one does. Blocking the shiny box art so GameStop and so dumb many people don't have access to a GameStop. Yeah, that is true. And I heard in some European countries the equivalent like has shut down, like went out of business. Like, I liked code cards back in the day, but I think nowadays they should just stick to online mystery gift. It's so that way it's more accessible to people and it can't be scalped. Then again, that was the first time they did code cards in quite a while. I mean, I remember when I was last at GameStop and they had code cards. I remember I did get a code card for a Terra Flying Eevee, but nobody cares about that. I mean, Shiny Miraidon looks really cool, but I am not spending $40 on a code card that costs somebody $0. Like, those things are literally free. It's not like someone paid $5 for it and sold it for $50. That'd be one thing. Still bad, but these cards were literally free. Like, you could just walk in, take a code card, and leave. And some people have the nerve to just go in there, get one, and then just sell it for $50. Like, the fucking nerve of people. Yeah, Shadow, whenever I play Pokemon games casually, I always choose the male character, and I always give it my real name when playing. Like, if you guys have ever seen my Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle streams, you'll know what my real name is. But, whenever I do speedruns, I'll play as the female character, and I'll name myself A. I mean, most players, it's not going to matter. It only matters for speedruns, and holy crap, that was close. You know what, Oras, this guy heals you. Oh, you've got to be kidding. I'm going to save here. I don't know if this guy has a normal type. Okay, he doesn't. I mean, Shadow, no offense, but whenever, like, whenever I, like, do a solo run or Wi-Fi battles in the Discord and you join in, I mean, even you can admit, you do talk a lot. I'm gonna see what my free berry is. Gross. Yeah, whenever I play casually, I always use my real name and I play as the male. Because I want the character to look like me. But obviously, if I'm doing, like, speedruns or solo runs, then I don't care. Gotta get myself the Quick Claw. I'm still gonna need to do more training. I want to be level 14 for Confusion. In fact... And if you guys are wondering, when I get Legend ZA, I am not naming myself Speed. I mean, I'm still gonna do the I'm still gonna play casually offline, but I may do ranked battles on stream. We'll see. Because I gotta do ranked battles if I want that Mega Greninja, if I want that Greninjite. I hate this game. You know, I feel like this is appropriate music. I mean, this girl is always pretty annoying to face. There's a reason I almost never fight this person. Alright, see? There we go. Went much better. I'm gonna use one growl. Okay. They still have Blabby Fields Pokemon game. That's what Nemona is an embodiment of. Okay, good point. Alright, I think there's one more trainer down here. Oh, no, there isn't. That was all of them. I mean, there's a Magikarp trainer, but no, that guy doesn't exist. Alright, at least we're almost there to level 14. I mean, this looks slow now, but once we get access to Confusion, it'll speed up a bit. But once we get to Watson, oh god, Watson's going to be a complete wall. Gosh. Hold on. I'm going to need to deposit that in case I need to black out. I was skipping the Switch 2 era because it's way too expensive. I mean, for now, I mean, you don't have to get it, but I know when Generation 10 eventually comes out, it'll be Switch 2 exclusive. Because that's just how it works when new consoles get introduced. Like, I mean, the Nintendo Switch, when it came out, was $300, back when the 3DS was $170 or $190. For, like, the new era. I mean, there were a lot of people upset at the time. I definitely was, because I didn't own a Switch yet. But, I mean, for right now, Legend ZA is on both Switch 1 and Switch 2, because it was announced way before the Switch 2 was ever announced. I mean, it'd be kind of a dick move if you announced it for Switch and then backtracked. But, I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about that for a while. Oh, a flyer. I mean, I technically didn't pay I never paid 500 for my Switch 2 World Bundle. I traded in my old Switch Lite and 13 games I never played to GameStop. And I only ended up paying for the Switch itself, cash out of my own pocket, I paid $300. Okay, don't face this. I mean, I pre-ordered it for Switch 2 because when I was trading in my 13 games and my old Switch Lite for for a Switch 2, the guy told me they had a special where if you trade in consoles and games to save up for a pre-order for a future game that's not out yet, they'll give you an extra 20% store credit. So I paid $5 to pre-order Legend ZA for Switch 2, and I got an extra $30 in store credit. So technically, I'm only paying $30 for Legend ZA. I mean, I could have saved $50 if I went with a regular Switch 2 instead of the bundle, but I'm like, you know what? You never know, my friends would want to play Mario Kart, so I just got the bundle. Great that Doug Bowser's leaving Nintendo. He's a pathetic old man that did nothing good. Yeah, I saw the headlines on Doug Bowser retiring. I'm not sure what to think of the guy, because I'm seeing a lot of conflicting stuff on X. Like, there are people who say, like, he's been a great man to the company, but then there's a few random people that say the company went bad in his direction. I mean, the last 6 years of Nintendo were definitely questionable for sure. But from what I've researched about his replacement, she doesn't really seem any better. Apparently, from what I've seen from articles, the new person who's going to replace him has actually defended, like, some of the price hikes. So it seems like you're replacing Doug Bowser with, Danielle Bowsette. Would you ever do Mario Kart stream? I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably not. It's more fun to play with friends in your living room. Not really like play online. I paid the full $60 plus tax for the ZA pre-order. Wait, they made you? Oh, I guess you can pay in full. At GameStop, where I was at, they only require you to put down a minimum of $5, but you can put down as much as you want. I just did the $5. So when I show back up, I just have to pay, I have to pay $55 for it. But remember, I got an extra $30 in store credit, so you could technically apply that to the thing. And I've even seen other people say, like, it doesn't matter if Doug Bowser is leaving or not, because the one calling the shots are Nintendo of Japan, because they're the one who calls the shots on everything. So it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, I think fortunately the Switch 2 version will be the same price as the Switch 1, so it's $60, I think. Oh, speaking of the Switch 2, I know Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment's coming out really soon, and I've seen some gameplay footage of it. I am so pumped for that game. Probably the most exciting game I'm waiting to play. I actually saw a video of this guy talking about why it's not going to be on the Switch 1. The guy mentioned that supposedly the file size for the game is roughly 44 gigabytes. And for a comparison, that's more than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 editions combined. And there's like a lot of like moving stuff on screen at once, and it definitely looks like it might push the Switch 2. I mean, I can't wait for it for sure. The Switch 2 ZA costs $70? It does? I guess Are you sure it does? It probably is, maybe, yeah. I could have swore they'd be the same price. Huh. Alright, I guess I was wrong. I mean, I can't wait to play that game, too. Battle in ZA, that'd be fun. Look on the center websites. Yeah, I mean, it was probably on my receipt, too. And again, that was like a couple of months ago. I just forgot. Takedown, better than rap. And if anyone's wondering, no, I will not buy the DLC day one because that is stupid. You know what makes it even worse? I looked on the actual Pokemon website about what's in the DLC. All buying the DLC now would do is give you outfits. The actual story mode is not available until February 28th, 2026, the day after Pokemon Day. So my question is, why not just wait till February to announce the DLC? Like, buying it now literally does nothing. It just means once the story mode comes out, you'll have it. But, like, just wait till February at that point. My god. This actual story... I mean, I guess I should be happy at the same time that the story isn't available day one, because that would really buy into the claim of, like, that could have been in the game day one. Like, if the actual additional story was available day one. But since the story part won't be available till February, that is sort of a good thing, but at the same time, why would you even announce it? It's just so strange, because, no other Nintendo or Game Freak game ever did that. Like, ZA's the first one. I mean, the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC was announced at the same time, and Donkey Kong Bonanza had been out for a few months at that point. I mean, I definitely mocked some of people's criticisms for ZA, but that is one I will not, because I think that is a legitimate piece of criticism. Like, so, there are some things that people are trying to get pissed off about with ZA. I mean, there's some subject matter, but you know what some people are choosing to get pissed off at and complain? The texture of the windows. Yeah. That's what they choose to spend all their time complaining on. The texture of the windows. Like, they look fine. Like, I mean, they're not ultra-realistic HD 4K see-through glass panes, but, like, does that affect the gameplay? No, it doesn't, so why are you even complaining about that? It's not like it looks so horrendously ugly. It just looks like honestly, it kind of looks like some of the buildings from Gen 8. Then again, people generally don't buy Pokemon games for their graphics. People buy them for the story and the gameplay mechanics. Am I oh, Harbor Mail. That's what I'm forgetting. Gotta need this for the coin case later. Alright, gotta fight all the trainers, too. I actually caught you live and not seeing the VOD. That was misleading. Live in the thumbnail and channel icon. Good luck with the run. Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by, Dr. Nick. But yeah, no, this isn't a VOD. I'm still live right now. I mean, the windows do look like stickers, yeah, but... So? I mean, the rest of the city still looks incredibly good, but people are complaining about the windows? Like, I get people complaining about the Sword and Shield's Ocarina of Time looking trees. Like, I get that. The trees in that game were pretty ugly. But, like, the windows don't look that bad. One thing I do wonder, though, is with the Legend ZA battle system, like, Season 1 is going to have the reward be a Greninjite, and I'm wondering, like, how long do the seasons last? Like, when you buy the game, how long do you have to, like, get high enough of a rank to get the Megastone? I mean, that specific part of may not be as good as Scarlet and Violet, but the city Lumio City overall looks way better than the cities in Scarlet and Violet do. My main problem with Scarlet and Violet, that, like, I saw this YouTube community post asking people, like, what's something from old Pokemon games you miss? Someone actually had a unique answer. The ability to go into towns and enter people's houses and talk to the NPCs. It's just the towns feel really empty. Like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of buildings, but most of them aren't even enterable. So, like, it sort of feels empty. I mean, they look good, but, like, the ability to enter houses, which is pretty interesting, 2 or 3 months. I mean, I don't think the ranked battle system will be that hard. I don't know exactly how it'll work either, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Okay, I don't want to fight this kid. Oh, here's the other thing. Yawn? Yeah, teach that. Said that wrong. I saw the word buildings not enter criminal. That's what I remember seeing. Something I am a little worried about is that all the buildings in Legends ZA might actually be similar, because I'm not sure you'd be able to enter every building, but at the same time, X and Y you couldn't enter most of the buildings. I don't know. I mean, the game still looks really good. Oh yeah, the Switch one could not handle those games at all. And you want proof? Look at gameplay of Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 2. There's no Switch 2 patch or anything. Like how there was a patch for like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and Kirby. There's no patch for Scarlet and Violet. It literally just runs that much better on Switch 2. Because the console could barely handle the games. They pushed it way too hard. Like, I get, like, by the time, like, it gets near the end of a console generation, Game Freak generally tries to push the game as much as they can. Like, look at the graphical differences with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Like, Black 2 and White 2 is really pushing it. And some parts did lag because of it. But that was a little bit too far. Oh, the game's code has house interiors? That's interesting. Didn't know that. But yeah, Game Freak should not have announced DLC before the game's even out, because that's a very bad PR move. Like, I think best case scenario, they were thinking it would cause more excitement because the game had been delayed several times. But I think it just made things worse. But then again, at the same time, I am making fun of people saying, like, the fact they announced it effectively meant they were not going to buy the game anymore. Like, they were all set in stone to buy it, but once they found that out, they're like, oh, never mind. I think those are coming from people who are on the edge about it, but still, the actual story is not available till February. Buying the DLC now gets you nothing. So honestly, them saying, like, they're going to have Day 1 DLC is kind of misleading. Because the actual story part, which is what most people care about, isn't available for 4 months after. So technically the DLC is out 4 months after, but you could buy it now, and it would get you some cool outfits. So, like, it's sort of misleading. Oh, I remember near the end of Sword and Shield's life, speaking of code cards from earlier, I remember near the end of Sword and Shield, Game Freak just started releasing a whole bunch of random mythicals as codes. They're like, you know what, we'll just release Volcanion and Marsh Shadow on the same code. And you know what, let's do Victini and Genesect as well. I still have a lot of those mythicals in Pokemon Home. They just released a whole bunch of them for no reason. It was awesome. I remember going to Target for the Volcanion Mars Shadow one. I went to the technology section, and I tried to see if I could find somebody. I couldn't find anybody, but I saw the code cards were behind the counter, so I actually snuck behind the counter and snagged 2 code cards. Well, I got one for my brother, too. I even did ask the staff up front if the code cards were free. They did tell me they were free, so I didn't feel bad about doing it at all. I can't do paid DLC myself. It's certainly withheld content. I'm one of those who don't bother buying games with known paid DLC. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, like, there is still the entire base game. Like, I mean, does that mean, like, if people knew 3 years in the past that Breath of the Wild would have DLC, would you have actively not bought it entirely? I don't view DLC as withheld content. It's just, I view it as bonus content, but announcing it right away is not a good move. Because you could theoretically make that argument no matter when the DLC comes out. The DLC could be announced 2 years later, and people would still be saying, hey, that could have been part of the game. Like, it's meant, like, for Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, the DLC was announced, like, 6 months later. And, like, usually that was by the time people were all done with it. And then they're like, hey, there's some more stuff to do. And they're like, oh, cool, awesome. I mean, they handled the whole DLC issue with Scarlet and Violet pretty good, but ZA, I don't know what they were thinking. But I wouldn't let the fact that there is going to be known DLC 4 months in the future, I wouldn't let that prevent you from buying it. Because there is still the entire base game. That's still a lot of stuff. Like, people just have a misconception with DLC. They think, like, you're only getting 20% of the game. Like, if you imagine, like with Sword and Shield, for example, if you consider the base game plus the DLC as the entire game, 100%, if compare the DLC to main game ratio, it's more like a 70-30. But I still get it, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to blackout grind, see how this goes. Because they also announce a lot of new Pokemon, too. Okay, go Confusion right away. Astonish. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, oh, I one-shot Voltorb. Okay, that's actually good. So I think maybe if I hold a Cherry Berry and use Yawn on the Magnemite, it could work. That's fair on time, retort, but within 2 years is sus. If a dev makes a surprise hit and wants to reward fans who content first can see if the game's published, I could tolerate that. It's basically a timing issue, so we're seeing eye to eye. It's a timing thing. Generally, you're supposed to wait several months after when people are bored with the game to announce it to get people excited. But when you announce it either before the game is out or within 1 month, then people get pissed off. Like, you should have waited on the DLC. I completely agree with that. That was 2 blackouts, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was 2. I mean, on the bright side, Voltorb can't do too much. Alright, Yawn. Fusion. Ah, dude, I hate how many potions they have. Oh my god, a crit. Okay. Okay. That was really lucky. That only took me 2 blackouts, I think. No, 3 blackouts. No, it was 2 blackouts. This was the 3rd try. Yeah, but literally all that did for Game Freak is just create a bad image. And I don't blame people for that. There going to be people not buying the game in protest of it. What am I doing? Oh, right. Withdraw my HM users. But I'm not letting that, like, stop me from buying the base game, because I've been excited for it for however long ago it was announced. I mean, all those new megas and stuff they've announced so far in it, the only megas that are known to be DLC locked right now are Mega Raichu X and Y. But, I mean, the Kalos ones technically aren't. You gotta play online for them, but at the same time, I mean, most people, a decent chunk of people don't buy DLC, but most people, if they ever pay for, like, gaming of anything, it's all, usually at the minimum, they'll pay to play online. But I think most people have access to play online. Either they're paying for a basic plan themselves, or they're mooching off of someone else's family plan. I mean, I pay for a family plan. I have a few friends and family on there, so they don't have to worry about it. I mean, I feel like that's a bare minimum thing, but Mega Malamar, Halucha, Dragonite, those are in the base game by default, so... I mean, there's other ones they haven't even announced yet, because there's no way those are the only 4 megas. There's going to be more than that. Okay, teach Shockwave. I still think the games will be very good, though. Just based on all the trailers I've seen. Honestly, I hope there's Mega Excadrill. That would be a good one. Alright, what do I do after Watson? Dude, where's my cursor? Here it is. Let's see, teach Shockwave. Make sure you have all the high money items, vitamins, and charcoal. Okay, I'm just gonna buy enough super repels that'll last. I think 7 should be enough. Oh, since we're also over level 30, the fast level up group is really gonna come in clutch now. Oh my god, bag is full. Dude. Can't believe that happened again. Also, next year, Pokemon turns 30. I do wonder what sort of special thing they have planned, because I know the 20th anniversary people had a lot of fun stuff. I kind of want to make some predictions on what they'd announce for Pokemon Day, but it's still a little ways out. And at the same time, people tend to make very unrealistic predictions. There are people to this day who are still thinking that Red, Blue, and Yellow are going to be ported onto the Switch. Or put on NSO or something. People have been asking for that for like several years. I don't think it's going to happen. They would have done it by now if they had any plan to do it. But I have actually, I actually told somebody offline, I would actually find it very funny because there are people who, like some of the people who get really mad that Game Freak just won't put the games on Switch Online or on the eShop or something, there are people just saying like, what, is Game Freak allergic to money or something? And then I'm thinking, you know what? It would be so funny if they announced, like, let's just say they announced Gens 1 through 3. Let's say they announced Gens 1 through 3 on the eShop as a one-time purchase, but they charge $60 each. I would laugh so badly if they did that. Because, I mean, those people were saying, like, what, are Game Freak allergic to money? I need it for Stadium. Honestly, I get why people were upset, because if you played Stadium on the Switch, then you can't obviously use the transfer pack, because there is no transfer pack. At the same time, though, as a kid, I never actually used it, because we never owned the original games. We always had to play with the rentals, and the rentals suck. They suck really bad. You know, it'd be hilarious, though? You know how the original cartridges for, like, Fire Red Leaf Green are going for, like, $100 now on eBay? They could put Fire Red Leaf Green on the eShop for $70, and it would still be a good deal. I'm not even kidding. It would be. I think, though, the only way people would truly be happy with that is if they were compatible with Pokemon Home. I think if they ported them and they're not compatible, that would get people pissed off, I'm sure. But then again, you can't please everybody. I think they're going to announce Gen 10. I actually don't think they will. Because Legend... Oh, God, I hate this guy. Hold on. Because Legend ZA has been delayed quite a few times in order to even come out. Like, they delayed it so much, like, when the teaser trailer came out, the Switch 2 was not even announced yet. Like, I don't think they're going to announce the new game so soon. I think, if anything, they're going to announce either a side game or a remake. Oh, yeah, the half-compatible thing, that actually pisses me off, because they also won't give an explanation why. Why is it that if you want to put something on ZA or take it out of ZA to Pokemon Home, it's a one-way street? So if you put something in ZA, you're not going to be able to take it out. Or if you take something out of ZA, you can't put it back in. Like, why? Like, that's a legitimate question. Why? No other game has that. Like, if it's something to do with, like, how the Pokemon are programmed in that game, at least be open about it. Like, tell people why it's a one-way street. Forgot this person sees you. Hey, Area 91. I mean, I think they'll announce something, but I don't think it's going to be Gen 10. Like, remember when Legends Arceus came out? 3 months prior, it was Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They announced both games at once. For this Legends game, they only announced Legends ZA. I think they'll either announce a remake or a side game. Am I buying vitamins right now? Oh, Psychic. Am I gonna have enough money? I think I should. Oh, I forgot this trainer. Honestly, there's like, There are some side games that I would either like a remake of or like a sequel. I think my number one is I would like there to be a remake or a sequel to Pokemon Conquest, but I know it's not going to happen because Tecmo Koei and Nintendo aren't going to want to do that again. Because I don't think the games did too well last time. But, honestly, if they remade Explorers the Sky, oh my god, that'd be awesome. Okay, guard spec, X speed. Or bulk up, dig, double team, rock tomb, power, thief, steel wing, overheat. Okay, I'm so close. Soft sand, soda pop, ether. Okay, there we go. PM29. Oops, so long. It's like confusion. Do I have any PP ups? No, I don't. Did they announce Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Switch 2 upgrades yet? No. Honestly, they don't need Switch 2 upgrades because they run just fine on the Switch 1. I mean, then again, Breath of the Wild got one. Then again, I don't know if I'd want that. Black and White 3, I feel like is straight up not happening. There'd be a better chance of Mother 3 being ported in the US than that happening. I mean, I know Black and White remakes will come out eventually, but I'm not sure if those will be the next announced games. I don't know. I would actually like an Explorers of Sky remake, like in the art style of the Rescue Team remake, because that was a very good remake. I loved that game a lot. Because that art style was really good. Well, the problem, Area 91, is that I don't like the catching mechanics. They structurally change the games way too much. There's no abilities in that game. The stat system's completely different. The catching system is clunky and it's an absolute mess. It's just like Pokemon Go. Like, I've told people, if the Let's Go games were just normal functioning Pokemon games, but everything else was the same, I actually probably would like it. Why did I use that? The thing is, they tried to make a Pokemon Go, like, main series game. And it just... I didn't like it. Yeah, I did not mean to use that repel. Level 20... Oh, god, that is a bad level. Double Edge? Yeah. Yeah, that ruins it for me. Because the catching system is a major part of the game. It's not a minor thing. It's a major part of the game. I just don't like the fact they tried to be like Pokemon Go. I've actually told people this, like, people say, like, Scarlet and Violet are the most divisive Pokemon games. I don't think so. I think it's literally Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. There's a decent number of people who say it's one of the best Pokemon games on Switch, but then there are people who say it's one of the worst games ever made. Like, there's no in-between. Can't learn Thunderbolt. Okay, if they had an option... Well, I think maybe they have an option too, and you can just, like, use the A button or something, but they should have just made it a normal Pokemon game. If it was just a normal Pokemon game, I actually probably would like it a lot. I mean, I saw Scott do a stream of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I think his opinion of the game was like, it's okay. I mean, funny thing is, Area 91, Game Freak, what they consider, like, mainline or side game is, like, inconsistent with what fans consider. Because Game Freak actually considers Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Legends Arceus, and Legends ZA to be mainline. They don't consider them to be side games. Because I remember people were asking why, and I gave an opinion that maybe it has to do with home connectivity. But then someone said, well, does that mean Pokemon Go is a mainline game? And I'm like, I mean, it's on a phone. They're not going to release a mainline game on a phone. Oh, the art style looks really good. I don't like how abnormally large some of the buildings look. Honestly, I think if they gave the Sinnoh remake that art style, and everything else is the same, I feel like people would like it a lot more. I liked the BDSP art style. It was definitely unique. But at the same time, it would look better with that art style. But not the catchy mechanics, though. If BDSP had the Let's Go catchy mechanics, it'd be the worst game ever made. I know there are people who are still hoping for a Let's Go Johto. I know there are people like that. I mean, the only reason the Let's Go games did that good back then was because Pokemon Go was at a peak popularity. I don't think it would be as successful if they remade it. I feel like that's a one-time thing. Okay, I will say, though, riding around on a Pokemon is definitely interesting, but the problem is the overworld in that game is just far too small. Like, it honestly doesn't look right, like, galloping on a Rapidash on a very small route. It just doesn't look right. Yeah, but Area 91, if they do make a sequel to Let's Go, they're not doing... No, they're not going to get rid of the catching mechanics if they remake Let's Go. They're going to keep it in. Because believe it or not, there will be people who complain if they take that out. Like, honestly, I don't think they'd remake Johto because Johto already got a remake. I think, if anything, they would make a Legends Johto. I would love a Legends Celebi. Alright, I'm going to teach Hidden Power now in the place of Double Edge. This move is junk. I'm still going to hold on to Yawn, though. Also, if you guys are wondering, super effective Shockwave is actually weaker than Stab Psychic. Shockwave is only better on Pelipper. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, Legends Arceus was a pretty good game. I'd rate it like an 83 out of 100. But, I think Legends ZA is going to be awesome. Like, so far, there isn't really much of a precedent for how Legends games are, because there's only ever been one other Legends game. But from what I've noticed, the Legends games tend to have more detail put into them than the actual, like, mainline games, which is, definitely interesting. I hate this person. honestly, when they do remake Black and White one day, one thing that is going to be upsetting for me, and I know it's going to happen, it will not include a lot of the cool areas and locations that Black 2 and White 2 introduced. I mean, it'd be very cool if they, like, if the Black and White remakes, like, still had the World Tournament, for example, but I do heavily doubt it will. I think it will just be based off Black and White, and Black 2, White 2 will have nothing to do with it. At the same time, it would be cool, but I'm not holding my hopes up for it. I mean, there's a set precedent for it ever since Oras, because Oras did not port over the battle frontier. They used X and Y's battle Mason. And BDSP obviously did not have the battle frontier either. Pokestar Studios? Yeah, Pokestar Studios was awful. Like, not because you're forced to do it whenever you play the game, but I don't know, making movies just wasn't that fun of a side thing. It was creative, I'll admit that. Honestly, I feel like that would be very justified, Shadow. If they made Black and White remakes, but the Black 2, White 2 stuff was a DLC, that would actually be an appropriate time for DLC. Because it wasn't part of the original game. It was part of a different game. That, I think, would actually be justified DLC. Because that was never a part of Black and White 1 to begin with. But they don't usually make DLC for Legends games or remakes. The only games that have gotten DLC were Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Well, I guess ZA's getting it. I forgot about that. Seriously. Legends ZA is a Legends game? No, it isn't. It's a Gen Leds game. I don't know. I should buy some vitamins. Just, oh wait, I can just sell stuff here. The only vitamins I want are calcium and iron. Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm not... Am I gonna have enough for a 4th vitamin somehow? So close. Get rid of this elixir. I have Lepa berries. What? Probably a still... Honestly, I don't think I need a tract. Get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, just buy all calcium. Yeah, Legends ZA is not Gen 10. Gen 10 is going to be Switch 2 exclusive. It's not going to be cross-compatible. It will be Switch 2 exclusive. I mean, it's not confirmed, but come on. I'm pretty confident it will be. Honestly, I think when Gen 10 gets announced for Switch 2, I think that's when a lot of people will buy the Switch 2. I think people are just waiting out on it until there's a new game out that they care about. I mean, that game isn't going to be Legends ZA because it's cross-compatible. Weird that Megas were in Gen 6, 7, and 9 skip date. Honestly, you know what's interesting? How people were upset about some of the Megastones being locked behind doing battles. I actually saw a interesting YouTube video. People forgot in Generation 7, the only Megastone you got for free was the Alakazite. All of the other ones were 48 battle points each. Like, you had to grind in the battle tree to get all the Mega Stones. Honestly, I would just flat out say that's even worse. Like, people forgot Sun and Moon made you farm for those Mega Stones, because you could not transfer them from Gen 6. Like, if you wanted Mega Gengar, you had to do a lot of battle tree grinding. They were expensive. 48 battle points each. I think in my personal copy of Ultramoon, I don't even think I got all of them. Wrong way. I'm out of repels, dude. My overworlding has not been great. I blame all you guys. I'm busy chit-chatting here. You guys are distracting me. Alright. Before I do the training, I'm going to go ahead and get this zinc. I'm going to go sell the zinc and buy more max repels, because I am very short on money. Okay, that should be enough. The Ultra games, you can just do the surfing minigame instead. I guess that is true. I forgot about that. But I mean, in the original Sun and Moon, actually, I think the reason they introduced the Mantine surfing was because people were upset about the Megastones being behind it. They introduced an alternative way to get battle points. I guess that's a good point. But yeah, in the base Sun and Moon, you had to grind your ass off for every single one. Except Alakazam. Honestly, I know there's actually going to be a Switch to ZA bundle. I was thinking of waiting for that, but I honestly just wanted a Switch 2 now. Because, honestly, you know what made me finally decide to buy the Switch 2? I was trying to do some Wi-Fi battles in Scarlet. The loading times were so awful. Like, I just completely forgot just how bad it runs on the original Switch, and I'm like, you know what? I've dealt with this far too long. I think I'm just going to upgrade now. And now it runs flawlessly. Like, when I did my last Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle stream, that was on the Switch too, and it was flawless. Plus, I've been replaying Breath of the Wild with the Switch 2 patch, and at first, it was really awesome to see the game run at 60 FPS, because the game never ran at 60, even in 2017, it always ran at 30. It just looks so much better, and the game, like, hardly lags at all. I mean, I remember Tears of the Kingdom lagged really bad on the Switch 1, but on the Switch 2, it's you can just push the game to its limits and it still runs at 60. I think somebody said the only way to get the frame rate to drop is by launching off like 16 Zonai rockets all at once to drop it to 30. But even then, like, you would have to go out of your way to intentionally do that. No, don't save. Okay, let's see. Grab Shadow Ball. We need it for Tate and Liza. Well, shit. I should have read ahead. Grab Rest. I at least did that. Alright. Say hi to Cool Trainer Warren. He's in Hoenn on vacation. Doesn't have his good team with him, but he's trying. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I also need to do after this stream is over. I need to make the Pokemon Crystal with Electivire or Backport, because Steve and Ike are gonna do the run without me, because we have to count inventory this weekend, so I'm having to stay a bit later than normal. So they're gonna have to do the run without me again. And on my side Pokemon card channel, I've recorded a bunch of YouTube shorts for the new Mega Evolution set, and I've only edited together 3 of them, but I want to edit more of them together because I'm trying to release one every day. I'm trying to see if I can get the channel to grow nicely off of shorts. It did get Shadow Ball, right? Yeah, I did. It's right there. What move do I want to... Let's see. Psychic, HP, Fire, Shockwave. Get rid of Yawn. What level do I need for the league? Oh, shit, I needed Attract. Okay. Attract isn't really necessary. It just means on Sydney's Mightyena, I'm open to more sand attacks. That's going to be a little bit annoying. But I don't see a minimum level. Honestly, I feel like because of the fast group, I can get away with using the candies now. Oh, I just realized I forgot to make a YouTube poll. Oops. Okay, Shadow Ball the Bull Rock first. Oops. Well, it crit. Alright, I don't need Shadow Ball anymore. Was HP Fire intentional, or are you just part, or just rolling? Oh no, Hidden Power Fire was intentional. It was meant for Winona's Skarmory, as well as for the entirety of Steven Stone. Dive. Hidden Power Fire is actually a decent hidden power to use on Steven. Hidden Power Water is also good too. It just depends on who you struggle with more. Like, if you struggle against the Claydol, you actually would prefer Hidden Power Water, because Water and Fire does hit his entire team for at least neutral damage. Hidden Power Fire is good for the Metagross, but Hidden Power Water is great for the Claydol. And believe it or not, some Pokemon do struggle with Claydol. Alright. Here. I hate that boulder puzzle. I still screw it up. One Calm Mind. And Shockwave. Alright, let's see. In Victory Road, pick up Psychic. We want to drop Psychic for a track for Sydney. Well, I'm not doing that. Alright, 122 speed. Okay, I am guaranteed to outspeed the Kyogre. I think the Kyogre only goes up to at most like 107 or something. Oh, right, I don't have an escape rope. You guys know that sign has words? Go right. Right. Well, I guess you get a person berry too. All mine until confused. Okay, yeah, Stab Psychic is better than Super Effective Shockwave. Unless it's quad effective, so yeah, just spam Psychic. Crit. Okay, I think that crit mattered. Melodic has really good special defense. Okay, before Sydney's drop off your HM users. Okay, yeah, that will be important. That'll prevent his Mightyena from using Roar. Alright, I'm not going to bother getting the Route 119 Acrobite candy, because that rare candy is kind of slow. What makes it even slower is in Ruby and Sapphire only, there's actually a Kecleon blocking the candy. That Kecleon does not exist in Emerald. Okay, here's another great thing for hidden power fire. This guy. Normally, normally I don't really have good coverage on that guy. Especially with psychic types. You know, I don't complain about facing Hariyama. Pretty good XP. One Calm Mind. 2 Calm Minds, that should be enough. In Power Fire. While he uses super potions. Alright, so we're not going to have a track for Sydney. But I don't think it'll be too bad. It's just we might get hit with sand attacks. Well, then again, we're using Shockwave. It's not really going to matter. On the bright side, since Dark is special, Calm Mind actually helps here. Oh, crud. Okay, that did not really do too much. I was actually kind of surprised by that. Uh-oh. Okay, please hit. Thank you. Okay, that was actually kind of close. Not having Substitute in Ruby and Sapphire does make him harder. I honestly think the Elite Four is actually harder in Ruby and Sapphire, just because there is no TM for... There's no substitute move tutor. Reset. I just want one Calm Mind setup. Okay. Although I probably should have equipped a berry. Wow, okay, this Chimeco is a bloodthirsty warrior right here. Oh, I forgot the White Herb. I have the White Herb, I just forgot to equip it. That means if I get hit with Rock Tomb, my speed's going down. Okay. His Flygons are going to have a chance to go first. Let's see if that matters. Okay, that one didn't. That's going to outspeed. That really did not do much. Sandstorm. Okay, that wasn't too bad, although I should have equipped the White Herb. Oh, wait, I need rest. Resto Chesto. Alright, I'm teaching Rest in the place of Psychic. I'm not going to need this move anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna set up all 6. Maybe all 6 isn't necessary, but may as well. You know, I think +4 will be enough. Let's see if +4 is enough. Okay, so yeah, +4 was definitely not enough. Yeah, I guess I need +5. 121.29. 2 resets and 3 blackouts at level 68. 1 reset was on... where did I get a reset? I know I got 1 reset on someone in the league. It was Phoebe. Phoebe because of Curse. And I know the blackouts were on Roxanne and Watson. Well, not Roxanne. They were on Watson. You know what I find hilarious? Use more realistic grass textures. Yeah, the buildings aren't. I mean, like I said, I don't really care. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. It looks fine. Yeah, I forgot to set a poll up. But, oh well. Let me put in this Pokemon. Let's see. Level 68 with 2 resets. Very impressive. With a time of 1:21:29. Game time of 5 hours and 16 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and sort this leaderboard. Alright, everyone. So, if we take a look at the leaderboard here, Chimeco is in 9th. Oh, dude. Xatu got 9th place. Now Chimeco's in 9th place. Look at it. It was able to do better than Xatu, but the problem is it could not outperform Slowbro. And honestly, I agree with that. I think if Slowbro got its 2nd playthrough, it would get like a 116. Slowbro is a very good Pokemon. Stab, Confusions, and Water Gun early on. You get Psychic by level up. You get Surf. You could go out of the way for Ice Beam if you want. Or just use Hidden Power Ice. And Calm Mind. The only disadvantage with Slowbro is it's always moving 2nd. But in Hoenn, it's not really that big a deal. Like, the threat to Slowbro is effectively just Watson. But, yeah, Water Gun. I mean, I don't remember if Slowbro learns Thief to get Psychic. But it's still a really good Pokemon. Chimeco is pretty bad. Oh, here's one thing. Let me bring up a different leaderboard. Leaf Green. My Leaf Green times have already been adjusted for my new timing rule set to where it actually starts at New Game. So yeah, they're all adjusted. So, let's see. Look at this. Chimeco got 1 hour 40 seconds. Level 70 with 5 resets. Chimeco in Fire and Leaf Green was actually very good, because there were no Dark types and barely any Steel types. But then again, I did have to grind before Brock, kind of similar to Roxanne, but after that, it was unstoppable. I would just get Psychic and Celadon, and have Shockwave, and then get Calm Mind later. It was a beast, plus Substitute. Yeah, I think those are the only games I played in. I don't think I've played it in Emerald. No, I did not. If you guys are noticing some Pokemon are missing, like Latios and Lileep, I actually took those off my leaderboard. I don't consider those runs legitimate anymore, because those runs did not do Steven Stone at the end. I know Shadow Stitch was always asking why people count Steven Stone as the true end in Emerald, even though speedruns don't. I get Gym Leader Matt makes that point too. It's for entertainment purposes, okay? It's for entertainment purposes. I mean, here's the other thing. There was a while, several years ago, they actually split the Gold, Silver, and Crystal categories on Speedrun.com. They considered the new any percent just beating Lance. And they changed the old any percent glitch list to any percent beat Red. It was voted on, but it was so dumb. Like, I think like 6 months later, they reverted it. There was a time where the official Gold, Silver, and Crystal speedruns did not count fighting Red, but nobody showed interest in that. Everybody viewed Red as the true end to the run, even though you beat Lance, the credits play. Yeah, I remember that happening. If you look on one of my old Gold, Silver, and Crystal... If you look up one of my old Pokemon Gold speedruns from a few years ago, it still says any % beat Red on it. That's my proof. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate it very much. The next stream will not be tomorrow, but make sure you visit Steve M Plays and Ike the Killer streams. They'll be doing Pokemon Crystal backported with Electivire. And maybe I can bring up its moveset. Hopefully, Steve has it done. Let's see. Electivire. Oh, yeah, he did. It looks like they gave it Cross Chop, and then Shockwave is a backport move. Discharge. Giga Impact. That's essentially just a clone of Hyper Beam. Okay. Wait, no. Cross Chop? Shockwave? Okay, they literally just backported 4 moves. I'll need to tell Steve to replace that with Hyper Beam. Well, I'll just do it myself. There. But it also gets the elemental punches too. I think Electivire is going to play really good. Yeah, make sure you all